Hey family, welcome to the Twisted Healer. I'm your soul sister Zeta, and on this channel we focus on taking our pain and turning it into pillars of success, because we understand that those are just milestones to help us become the best versions of ourselves. So this channel is all about transformational healing, growing from the inside out, releasing, and replacing. So if that is what you're into, join the tribe, join the family, because this is an ever-growing channel and I want to support your healing, share my stories and share my experiences, and I hope that it can help or heal or resonate with my lovely souls out there. Okay, so the reason for tonight's topic is because I just felt like reflecting. It's been a crazy, well, not crazy, but it's just been an interesting past year, 10 years, and I'm just now like seeing the pattern since I've disconnected from that energy. And so now I have my relationships to deal with, which is kind of like that next step. So I just feel like talking about it. Y'all can hear me ramble on or whatever, but I want this to be an open dialogue. I want you to share with me as well and let me know how you feel about this. But tonight's topic is about how having toxic parents has affected my dating life. Okay. Now, growing up, of course, we see in movies the fairy tale, romantic, dreamy, storyline where, boy meets girl, they fall in love and go through all these experiences. They may be best friends and they end up getting married, having kids, and growing old together, all that sappy stuff. Now, growing up, I did not have that as an example. My parents loved each other, but were like, I want to say like a lion and a bull. Literally. A lion and a bull trying to, build together. And so that's a lot of energy, a lot of like fiery energy at that. So it was very tumultuous and loud and boisterous, angry, and kind of with love in between. So I didn't really see that example of affectionate, loving love. And when it came to dating, when it came to sex, the conversation I got from my mom was like, don't have sex. Don't have sex in my house. Don't even think about having sex. And the conversation from my dad was more like, wait till you're 18. So I didn't really get any guidance. I didn't really understand how to set boundaries in relationships or even how to set standards. I kind of just had to wing it and figure it out on my own. And that's pretty much what I did. And so I had to learn through my relationships and kind of figure out what I don't like, what I don't like, what I do want, what I don't want, what works for me. And obviously my needs changed over time, but I'm just gonna, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna focus on my adult dating life. Let's say I'm going to go from 26, mid 20s to mid 30s, because that's where I'm at right now. For the past 10 years, my dating life, my relationships have been toxic. My relationships have been toxic. And I did not know that this would trickle into my relationships the way it did. Now, when I met these partners, I saw the red flags, but with me having such a personality of wanting to please, wanting to be everything to everyone, because, that stemmed from my childhood, which I didn't know at the time, I realized that I would meet these guys. I would meet these guys And if I really, really liked them, I would be all about them. Like, pretty much, I felt like I was auditioning to be a wife, wanting to show them that I'm the greatest thing they ever met. Like, I'm so attentive, so, so attentive to their needs, so ready to care for them and all of this. But then I would come to find out that I would be the one putting in all the work. Now, each scenario was different. Each guy was different and brought different characteristics to the table. So I did learn from them each time. And I did grow. Like, after each relationship, I reflected and took the lessons that I was supposed to get out of that relationship. But it took I want to say the 4th or 5th relationship, me to say, God, why do I keep attracting the same type of scenario? Like, they're different people, but they all have issues. And I kid you not, all of my relationships lasted for about 2 to 3 years. 3 years max. 3 years max. Usually around the 2-year mark, the 2.5-year mark, is when my patience would have worn thin, my care wears out, and I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't go on like this. And after this last relationship, when I finally had the epiphany of what was happening with me and my mother, is when I really looked at it and I said, wait a minute. I wrote down the names of the guys, and I was like, what is it that they all have in common? What they all had in common, which I did not realize, is that they all had abandonment issues. I had to take a look at myself. Like, why do I keep attracting guys who have abandonment issues? Either their mothers weren't there, their fathers weren't there, or neither were there. And they needed someone to care for them in that way. Their inner child needed someone to love on them in that way. And I was that one, that magnet, to be that for them. But it was draining me, emotionally draining me, to where I'm like, no, like, this is way too much, because I have needs too. But with all of them having abandonment issues, I said, I must have abandonment issues. And it's true, because I was the one with the abandonment issues. I was the one who actually needed to wake up and realize what was happening with me and my mother. I realized that my issues were coming from my situation with my mother. So I say all this to say that until we actually heal our inner child and understand what is happening with us, we're going to keep attracting the same type of people. And that's how having toxic parents has affected my dating life. Of course, I've always wanted, like I said, that fairy tale loving romantic relationship. But I realized that I could not attract that until I healed myself, until I actually addressed these issues, this weakness that I had to my mother and I's relationship, this hold that I had on me. And the funny thing is realizing it, having that realization while in a relationship, and realizing and waking up and realizing that I attracted this person when I was that other person that was weighed down by abandonment issues from my father, from my mother, from not being taught how to have standards, from wanting to have that approval, that encouragement from my parents. Since I didn't have that, I guess I was looking for that in guys and did not know it. And now that I've had this realization that that's what was happening, and now I'm ready to change, this person is not understanding this new me that I'm becoming, aside from that, disconnected from that. Now I'm going to save that for another video. But that is how having toxic parents has affected my dating life. It's good to know when you know, because you're no longer blind or no longer ignorant to what's happening. And now I'm in a place where I'm ready to start fresh, to understand me and understand what it means to have boundaries, to have, standards, and stand on that, stand on all of that and all of my personal rights. And I want you to do the same thing. If you are going through this same scenario or situation where you have toxic parents and, it has or is affecting your dating life, I want you to take a hard look at yourself inside and understand and want to heal that inner child before getting into a relationship, and actually knowing when you need to take time for yourself and heal before you can be everything to this person. Not saying it can't be done while you're in a relationship, because you can, especially if your partner understands, this new you that you're becoming. But if they have those same issues, then they should want to change as well. They should want to grow with you and not just watch you grow. You know what I mean? So it's a journey, and I'm going to continue to share this experience with you. And so just so you know, going forward, I'm going to be posting every Sunday. You can catch me every Sunday for sure. I'm working on doing at least 2 to 3 videos per week, but right now with my schedule and with moving, it's been a whole lot going on, but I definitely will be here on Sundays. So please make sure you tune in, join the family, join the tribe, and I wish you all the best. I love you guys. And until the next video, be blessed. Bye.